celebrating love today, Valentine's Day, and this season our expert in elder law and estate planning, David Carrier, has been very busy doing lots of good things for our local nursing homes. And today David is joining us with some students from Rockford High School. We've got Julie and Jackson here with us today. And you know, this has become a Valentine's month tradition for you and your team, David.
That's right. Well, you know, we call it the Valentine Visitors, and when we first started this several years ago, we got it all done on Valentine's Day, right? But now we're visiting 46 nursing homes, over 100 residents who are families that we've served with the whole Medicaid process, that kind of thing. So it really got beyond what we could do, and so last year we brought in the Rockford Student Council, the Renaissance program, and all that. You hear all this stuff about young, about kids these days.
Kids these days.
Yeah, I know. You should meet some of the kids these days. You know, they're really.
These
just
two
amazing.
Represent some remarkable students at Rockford High School. So Julia, tell us your part of this process.
Well, I cut the flowers up and then I put them in the vase, and there were over 100 flowers, and it was throughout the whole day. And it was long, but it was well worth it afterwards.
And so Jackson, for you, what was that like to be part of this process, especially knowing where these arrangements were going to go?
Well, it was pretty amazing, just knowing that my work is going to go to these nursing homes where these people, they're going through their day, and it's a process where, life gets monotonous, and, Michigan during February, and so for Valentine's Day, being able to put myself out there and with these 7 other students to do this work, just filling up bases for these people and really giving my time for them, it's been a remarkable experience.
And so the students at Rockford High School helped to make all of the arrangements, and then you and your team went and delivered them. What's that like?
Well, we do all this legal stuff all the time, and a lot of it is, we have to do the legal technical stuff, and sure, and we meet clients, most everybody meets the clients as they come in, but to see what the effect is, when to go to the nursing homes, to see what that's really like, it's an eye-opener for a lot of our team members. I happen to deliver to Laurels of Kent over in Lowell with my after school with picked up my 9-year-old, my 3rd grader, and we went over there, and of course his eyes are big as saucers, looking around, and gave the flowers to the lady who was just so appreciative and all that. So it's it's one of those things. People get this idea that if someone's in a long-term care situation, in a nursing home, well, there's nothing, what difference does it make? It makes a huge difference.
Absolutely.
It really, really does.
It sure does. And so let's talk about the life plan workshops that you do for people, because, a big part of it is knowing that, eventually we all get older. Eventually we're going to, need to retire. We may have some health issues that come along with the aging process. Your work day to day is to help people plan and prepare for that.
Correct. So, like we're doing all these, the life plan workshop is the way to get the conversation started. Lots of times people will bring their kids, which is a good way, so that you start talking about these things. And people have such a misconception, I think, that it's all nursing home or nothing. We were just talking about a family member, who has a bad hip, and you're just waiting for when is it going to happen that you have a broken hip or a fall or something like this. Well, if you're at home now and you have needs now, there are programs. There's 3 programs, Medicaid programs, if you're eligible, and we can help you out with that. If you're eligible, there's no cost to you, and they will come to your home up to 5. This is the PACE program. As you know from prior discussions, we're a huge fan of PACE because it's a program of all-inclusive care for the elderly. And it's designed to keep you at home. So if you're at home and thinking, I'm one fall away, or you're thinking about mom or dad who's, jeepers, we better get the spare bedroom ready because, that's the next step. Well, it doesn't have to be that way. There is help available, and the life plan workshops are just a good way to get started and just to take a look.
Right.
We're not rushing anybody into anything. Calm down, slow down. come to the workshop, have an oatmeal raisin cookie. Right?
And you have a lot of workshops. You're telling me there are 22 different opportunities for folks to engage with you and your team just in the month of February, which, by the way, is
Right.
the shortest month of the year.
That's right. Well, you know, we're overachievers.
Yes, I
we're like
think
these
so.
Rockford High School kids, you know what I mean? It's like,
Overachieving,
hey.
yeah. And you have, of course, your offices throughout West Michigan, but you also have some of those that you've located in communities where you may not necessarily have
Right.
brick and mortar.
Right. We call these our hometown, the hometown life plan workshops. We're doing a series in Battle Creek. We're in White Lake.
Norton Shores.
Norton Shores. Yeah. Well, Norton Shores, we have an
You have a
office, and
facility
it's
in
at our
Norton Shores,
facility.
yeah.
But also Byron Center in Greenville and up in Stanton. The idea is just to reach out to the community because, you know, lots of times people have difficulty driving more than 5, 6, 7 miles. So
Tell
we
us
can make
about
it
the
more-
gun trust workshops.
Yeah, this was great. We were at Cabela's over the last weekend. The awful lot of folks, I don't know if you know this, but there's an awful lot of folks in West Michigan who like to hunt and, you know, and have firearms. There are special rules that govern firearms. Michigan is one of the few states where you can use a flash suppressor, you can use suppressors in deer hunting, okay? So instead of bang and scare everything for miles around, it'll muffle the sound. Well, that's what they call an MFA, a Firearms Act device. So you can make it yourself, but it's federally regulated, and you have to turn. If you die, you have to turn it in. You know, there's just a lot of these things that have to do with the special concerns of people with firearms.
With firearms.
And that's what
so-
the gun trust is about.
And you have a couple of those coming up. You also have something for rental property owners and the RPOA conference.
Right, that's coming up next week. And this is where people who own rental properties kind of get together. You know, without landlords, you don't have tenants.
Right.
Right? And lots of times, these are folks who have one property or two properties in the rent. You know, this is not mega millions. I mean, these are people who invested instead of a 401k, maybe they invested in a couple of duplexes, that kind of thing. And they're the people who make up the RPOA. So we're going to talk a little bit about, well, how do you protect yourself? How do you make sure that if you've, you know, put together this real estate empire, you know,
Right.
3 duplexes, well, how do you make sure that that goes to your kids? How do you make sure that you don't have to fire sale that if you or your spouse needs long-term care?
Yeah, it is great information. You handle a lot of different topics. Thanks so much, David.
Yeah,
And
you're welcome.
Julia Jackson, happy Valentine's Day to
Thank
both of you.
you.
Thanks so much. And thanks to your classmates for helping out. And stay right there. More of 8 West when we come back. Don't go away.
This is 8 West.